Hey there, everyone. It's Josh Tomioni, and I have another ex-derelict joining us today, Kanika. Not only has she been through a divorce, but it actually turned her, I don't know if I'd say turned her into a healer, but she used different healing mechanisms to be able to go through that process and really be able to heal herself, and now helps other people do the same. So Kanika, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Josh. I'm so excited to talk today.
Can you kind of interweave your story and what you went through in divorce into how you came to that space where you're actually able to feel a bit more alive, and maybe talk a little bit about the burnout you went through as well?
In a way, I was trying to run away from everything. I was trying to numb myself. I was trying to go on to another friend or just keep myself busy. So that's the caveat. A lot of times when we burn out and when we say, let me just focus on my work, we're not actually healing, because the doorway to healing is through your pain, through understanding what is happening. Let me pick apart the layers. It's not pretty, but let me pick apart the parts of me that are really hurting right now, and let me tend to them.
Honestly, work, sex, and heroin are all basically accomplish the same thing if you want them to, right? Like I have this pain and I want to deal with it. How do I deal with it? Well, I go to work. I have a bunch of sex. I do drugs. Like whatever it is, it's all accomplishing the same purpose.
Look within, heal yourself, the parts where you need to work on yourself. We match people around us. When they say that, oh, birds of the same feather flock together, or just look at your 5 closest people and you'll know what is the frequency or where you're at, what are the thoughts that you are running, because generally we're all held in that vibration. Now, what happens is sometimes, like if I would give other examples, other flavors to it, let's say people want to have more money, and a lot of us do want to have more money to spend, but then we have a family, we have a group where there's a certain level and we don't know, but unconsciously we're trying to fit in there and not get out of it. Even in these groups, you have to up level. That means that you have to change your relationships with people that you like, that you've been seeing regularly. That's going to change. And first of all, you've got to give yourself that permission. It's always
Absolutely.
about evolution. It's always about you giving permission to yourself and taking that step. Somehow we feel that, hey, fitting in is a good thing. But if all of us just became oranges, the world would be full of just oranges. It would be a very boring world.
Right. I went through years of therapy myself. I'm not against it. What I'm against is when people get so used to being in the therapeutic model that they don't know how to be out of the therapeutic model, and then just everything becomes therapy.
I often tell my clients that just get uncomfortable with being so comfortable. Get uncomfortable with whatever is keeping you stuck. Get uncomfortable with that and work through that. Whether you're doing that through therapy, through healing, get uncomfortable, because that's all that you need. Sometimes we get comfortable. It feels like a little room and it feels like, okay, I know this room. I know the parameters of this room. I'm comfortable with it. And when you open the door and walk out, it feels like it is all darkness, feels very strange, feels very different. We don't want to walk out.
There's just an aspect of marriage and family and having people around where it's really hard not to give up part of that. And just to say, look, it doesn't even matter anymore, because I just want peace in the household and I just want everyone to be okay, and I just want to make sure things are fine, and I want to, make sure there's peace and there's not a lot of war and there's not a lot of fighting and everything else. So just whatever you guys want.
It's like you just pick on other layers and layers of clothes on you because you feel like it's no other big deal. It's okay. Like you said, you're peacekeeping. So you're just putting on other layers and cloaks on you. And all of that gets so heavy that whatever you wanted to wear or who you are, that's gone. So I figured that, well, I'd rather be alone myself than be alone in relationships.
Good call. I hope a lot of people heard what you just said. How would somebody become aware of what they should detox from?
Start looking at your life. If you feel, for example, that your life is just constantly throwing stuff at you, there's fire that you have to put out all the time, then look at that and get uncomfortable with that for whatever reason, I'm just always drawing drama into my life, or I tend to be in a job that just requires a lot out of me. And chances are that what you're experiencing in a job, in one situation, they're all interconnected. Energy is very, very interconnected. So whatever area you can look at, trust that even if you're solving, let's say, your jobs and how you feel at work, that's also going to come back to how you're feeling with the peace inside. It's going to trickle down to your other partnerships, other relationships as well. It's all interlinked.
And the only healthy validation that exists is within myself and my higher power. That's it.
What's really happening underneath the surface is that energy is imbalanced. Even as you're coming into a new you, right? You're shedding out the layers. But now there's suddenly some emptiness that you feel because there's more space. It's almost like you have vacuum in your space. And so something else needs to come in. So either you're finding it or something else comes in. This is where maybe other media will come in, other people will come in. But there's that vacuum. It just needs to be filled. Actually, when you start understanding true love, unconditional love, the way Mother Earth or the sun, or generally, the universe, the higher powers, the way they love us with total acceptance. Like when the sun shines, the sun is not thinking, well, this person had a fight with person X, so now I am not going to shine on that person. Or
Right, exactly.
he did not wake up last night, did not do something, did not put the garbage cans out, whatever that is. Sun, earth, the divine power around us, that's not thinking like that. Like the whole universal flow is not working like that. Universe is on the vibration of love, on the vibration of alignment, love and light. And this is unconditional acceptance, right? It's not thinking, it's not judging. We hold it.
Thank you so much for being here, Kanika.
Thank you so much for having me, Josh.